Hey guys, what's up? Michael here today. Today I just wanted to do a review on my Valentine One radar detector. Now, I purchased the radar detector directly from Valentine probably about 6-7 months ago at this point, and I absolutely love this thing. I previously had a Passport Max, which I ended up selling because I just put it short. I really was not a big fan of that detector at all. So I ended up buying the Valentine One that you see here. Now my Valentine One, you can watch a video on it. I hardwired it and I have a tutorial on how to do so. And also I have the Bluetooth connection kit with this radar detector. The Bluetooth connection kit is around 50 bucks. So I highly recommend the Bluetooth connection kit. Because it does make this detector, you can customize it a lot more, you can do lockouts and things like that that you normally cannot do without that connection kit. So in my opinion, if you do the Bluetooth connection kit with this, the device's range and just, I mean, it's so much better if you do it with the Bluetooth connection kit. It outperforms the Passport Max or the Redline or any of those higher end detectors, in my personal opinion. I just think it is a lot better. Look at this stupid wing on this Civic. But yeah, I just think that the detector's performance just is so much better than my Passport Max. But I had a lot of issues with that Passport Max. So overall though, I mean, the range on this thing is amazing. I've picked up, like, I had, for instance, when I was driving up to Orlando one of these days, or in the past, which is about an hour and a half, 2-hour drive for me, I picked up a speed sign about 2 miles, at least 2 miles before the speed sign. And I know, you know, Florida's pretty flat, you know, there's not much, there's really no hills, so you get the best conditions for performance, you know, with radar, and it's always on, so you're always going to pick up a pretty decent signal strength. But you know, it's just amazing how good the range is on this thing. Now overall, I think the Valentine One is really nice. You know, this design is pretty old. I think this design has been around for like 25 years or so, and what they're doing is they basically just keep upgrading the internals in the software on the Valentine One, and I really can't fault them for that, because what they have right here in my car, it really is as perfect as you're going to get with the radar detector. I don't think you're getting any more perfect than this. And the reason I say that is, and many of you people, you know, you know, enthusiasts, driving enthusiasts that have radar detectors, you understand that radar detectors are not perfect. They do have faults. They are going to alert to false alerts, like mine is right now. You're going to pick up signals from doors and shopping centers, garage door openers, things like that. And you just kind of got to learn to live with it. Now, the cool thing with the Valentine One is you can tune a lot of that out without sacrificing the performance for real threats like police officers, speed signs, things of that nature. Traffic, you know, you can filter out traffic flow monitors, things like that. So from owning higher end radar detectors, I realized that this really is, for me, I think it's the closest, basically, you know, you're not going to get any closer to perfection than you will with this. It really is, that's how it is. You're not going to find a perfect radar detector that doesn't have false alerts. It's just how it is. So I just feel this is the best bang for the buck, because I believe at the moment of this video, the Passport Max 2, which is the newest one out, is around $600, whereas this was around like $500. I think it was like $490 with the Bluetooth connection kit, It may have been a little less. I can't remember. I bought this a little while ago, but I know it was under $500. And that's like almost $100 less than the Passport Max 2. The cool thing also about Valentine is, from my understanding, this is the newest, at the time of this video, this is the newest version of the Valentine One they have out. Now, if Valentine comes out with a new detector that, say, has new software, it has new internals or new chips or whatever, you can send this in to Valentine and they will upgrade it for you or update it. I think it's like $50, $100 around there. Now, that's really cool because you don't have to go out and buy a whole nother detector. The one thing that really bugged me about Escort is I bought the Passport Max 1, which was like a $550 radar detector. Not cheap by any means. And then I think about a year later, they came out with the Passport Max 2. The Passport Max 1, if you own a Passport Max 1, you know it has problems. A lot of problems. A lot of problems with the software. A lot of glitches are in that. Passport did not really fix those issues. They kind of just left it there and they're like, alright, let's make a Passport Max 2, hoping people will forget and just buy the new one. And to me, that just kind of shows that the company just doesn't really care that the product is bad. Whereas, in my opinion, my personal opinion, they should have spent the time in fixing the issues with the Passport Max 1, and then just make the Passport Max 2, and then just put the same software in the Max 2 that's on the Max 1. That way you have a good software, and you have a very good piece of hardware. Because I do think the Passport Max 1 is a nice piece of hardware. It's just the software, I think, that is really making that detector lack in a lot of areas. But overall, I really do like the Valentine One, and I enjoy it. My wife really likes it as well. It's basically, it's all metal, or they say it's a all metal design. The body is type of metal. Feels plastic to me though, to be honest. But the detector is very light. You have your volume switches where you can control. You can press in this button to mute it. It makes a very distinct clicking noise. The biggest thing for me though, from switching from the Passport, was the arrows. I really like the arrows because you can see if it's in front of you, you can see if it's the rear of you, or you can see if the threat is the side of you. That makes life a lot easier when you're dealing with radar, because in most cases, when you see it's coming from the front, you're going to slow down. And then when you see that you've passed the threat, you generally are going to speed up a little once you get past the threat, which in most cases can be a police officer. And it's just really nice to know that, you know, the police officer or whatever it is, you've passed it and you're no longer in its, you know, in its territory, or whatever you want to call it. You know, so you're no longer being threatened by the radar. So pretty much overall, if you are looking for a higher end radar detector, I would recommend the Valentine One. I know a lot of you asked me why I did a review video of the Passport Max, and I really liked it. I did like the Passport Max for about a week, until I started having just constant problems with it. Send it back to Escort. Escort so-called fixed it, and they scratched and marred up the living crap out of the, turn my headlights. They scratched the whole body up on that detector when I sent it back to them. And their response back when I said, look, you guys damaged my detector. It was in perfect condition as far as the body when I sent it in. They said, oh, well, we sent it out in fine condition. And they wouldn't do anything. They wouldn't replace the body. They said they would not take liability for how the detector was sent in. And yes, I should have taken pictures of it before I sent it in. I didn't think about it though. I thought Escort would be a good company. I thought they would have, you know, lived up to their expectations, especially when you're buying their highest end radar detector they make, as far as before you get to like $1,000. And I was just like, well, that kind of, it really did piss me off, because for me, if I'm buying an expensive product, I want good service. I've been in customer service. I've dealt, you know, I've done customer service, and I'm in sales. So you have to treat your customers right, especially if they're buying your product. And they didn't, and it really did kind of irritate me. So I sold it, and I got the Valentine One, and I've never looked back. As you can see right now, the arrows, they're pointing forward, meaning that is a KA band alert that is in front of me. I'm guessing there's probably a police officer up here because the traffic is backed up, and there's probably an accident, possibly. Maybe wrong, but that's what I'm guessing. Other things that I can go over. Yep, there's an accident here. So other things that I can go over are the rear antenna and the front antenna. This detector has two antennas. Some radar detectors, they only have one. These have the Valentine has two full antennas. Now what that does is it gives you very good range in the front, very good range in the back of you. Now that's important. Front range is definitely better than rear range, but also it's good to have protection behind as well, just in case you have a cop coming up from behind you that is monitoring traffic. You know, just so you don't get a ticket and whatnot. But this detector, I mean, I generally go a little over the speed limit. Not a lot, but I go a little, you know. And, you know, I drive spiritedly. I don't, you know, so I do have some fun every now and then. And this thing has helped me tremendously. It's saved my wife from tickets probably about once or twice. It's probably saved me about once or twice so far. So the thing is already paid for itself, you know, because a ticket is like $200-300 at, you know, at least $200-300. And you know, so shit, you know, one ticket, two tickets, it pretty much pays for itself completely. So I think it's a very good investment, especially if you do, you know, if you have a heavier foot, if you have a faster car, or if you just drive a little quicker, you know, in general. You know, there's a lot of people that are against radar detectors. They think they're a waste of money, and that's fine. And then there's a lot of people that have radar detectors, and you know, I completely am sold on radar detectors. The one thing I will say, radar detectors and the detector like this is completely useless to laser, in my opinion, because the second you get shot with laser, you're done, you're toast. If you're going 80 miles an hour in a 60 or 65, that thing lights up with laser. You see a cop that shot you with laser, they've got your speed, it's over. Whereas you have, you know, like always on radar, where you can see this a mile or two before you get there, then you can save yourself, you know, and slow down. But, you know, if it's instant on or if it's laser, yeah, most chances, if they got your speed, it's gonna be a bad day for you. So that's where laser jammers come into place. I don't have laser jammers. I probably won't get laser jammers because they're illegal in Florida, I believe. And also they're extremely expensive for a good set. So I don't have laser jammers. And like I said, I believe they're legal. I'm pretty, like 98% sure they're legal. And I've never had any problems with the cops before, and I don't plan on having any problems with the cops. So that's why I don't have laser jammers. But yeah, so pretty much to wrap up this video so I don't make it too long, overall though, I'm extremely impressed and happy with the Valentine One. I think it's the best bang for your buck radar detector out there. One thing I will tell you guys, if you're looking at cheap radar detectors, and I'm talking $250 and under, don't bother. Don't even bother. I made the mistake. I bought a really cheap, what was it? I can't even remember at this point. It was like a $50, $60 radar detector from Best Buy at the time. And at the time I didn't know anything about radar detectors. I'm trying to think. Oh, Cobra. It was a Cobra detector. It was like 60, 70 bucks. I bought it brand new, and ended up returning it like a week later because I realized that the thing was pretty much useless. So yeah, if you're gonna buy a radar detector, spend your money on a good one. Don't waste your money on a shitty one, because you're pissing $200 away. It's not gonna have the performance as a mid-range or high-end detector would. Just and no chance will it, you know. I believe, you know, stick to your bigger names like Escort, Valentine One. I know there's a couple other brands out there I'm not remembering, but stick to those names. You know, just don't go with the cheap ones, because there's just, don't go with the Chinese or the really bad cheap ones, because they won't do anything for you. What the fuck is this person doing? Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good day.